Hi there, so Stephen Belcher, PGRO, Principal Technical Officer. Here we are today at Nocton, which is our main Vining Pea trial site on a Dyson farming site, and we're located in a commercial field of Vining peas where we have the trials located. Normally we get something in the region of about 30 different varieties from various countries around the world, from the United States, Germany, France, the Netherlands, and indeed we often get material from New Zealand as well. Also Hungary, we've got varieties from Hungarian seed breeder also. The trials range in maturity from zero maturity Evola all the way through to plus 13, 14 in terms of maturity, so about a 2-week spread between them. April was very dry, about 4 millimetres of rainfall over the month period. May was particularly challenging also, particularly the second half when we had torrential rainfall during that second half of May, and also the temperatures were unusually cool for May also, particularly nighttime temperatures. So challenging time for peas, but they've come through it really well, established well, and we're within about 2 days of harvest. Disease-wise has been relatively disease-free at this particular site. We have had some downy mildew. I would note that seed has been untreated this year, so no treatment at all. Some downy mildew, but it's coming late on and it's not been particularly severe. Other foliar diseases have been relatively low. A few pests also, a few weevil. Aphid have been controlled, as have broadleaf weeds. So here we are within the variety trial, and this is the earliest variety that we have in trial. It's a variety called Evola. It's the standard variety we use for maturity and normally has a maturity of 0. So you can see there's no flowers left on the plants at all. The lower pods are nice and full. The upper pods are just getting full, and this particular plant we're about 2 days away from harvest at TR 100. Okay, so we've just seen Evola, which is nominally our earliest maturing variety. This is one of our latest maturing standards. It's a variety called Ambassador. You can see there's still flowers left on the top of the plant, but will go out of flower in the next day or two. Both the lower pods and the upper pods are still completely flat. So you can see there's about a 12-day difference between Evola and this later maturing variety Ambassador, and of course in between that we've got all the differential maturities all the way through from 0 to 12, and indeed later than 12 also. So here we have an important disease of peas. It's downy mildew. It's occurred really quite late on. It's a soil-borne disease and often occurs from primary infection from single infected plants and develops from there into secondary infections. This is more of a secondary infection at the top of the plant. You can still see this felty grey mass, particularly on the undersides of the leaves, and on this particular plant here is developing to the pod infection also. One thing to be aware of in peas is Botrytis infection as well, and this occurs when the petals stick to the ends of the pods. This particularly happens after periods of rainfall. Usually the wind blows the petals away from the pods, but when they're damp they can stick to them, and they can cause damage underneath through Botrytis. You can pull these off and you'll see the Botrytis developing underneath. Results will be available towards the end of the year during November, initially to the seedsmen and their agents, and then latterly as a published format both on the PGRO website and emailed out as well in an Excel format for the Vining Pea Descriptive List.